Alright guys, I'm back. This is a kind of my own little take on a trick that I saw Miss Mag do a tutorial on. This version is Impromptu. It's the Triumph Sandwich. Okay. This version is Impromptu and I really like it. There's only one way and it's really dependent on nothing. That this trick won't work, and I'm almost guaranteeing that it will, because it's kind of an improvisation thing. Alright, so yeah, this is the impromptu version of the Triumph sandwich that I made. If you want to learn the original sandwich, that I believe, well, yeah, it requires a setup. If you want to learn that original sandwich, go into Miss Mag's channel and find it. It's not that long ago, but yeah. Okay, so for this one, the spectators can go ahead and mix up the cards until they're content mixing up the cards, giving them shuffles, whatever they feel is necessary. Okay, and you're going to tell the spectators that you're going to need helper cards out of the deck. At this point, you would go through, and in this case, I will use the 2 black aces. Right? So here I have the 2 black aces, and if I have the 2 black aces and I take them and I move them right to the top, right? I take the 2 black aces and I slip them off to the side. Then I can take the cards and I can give them a little bit of a mix-up, alright? This mix-up is kind of awkward. I'm not the best at the Pharaoh Shuffle. Sorry. Okay. So I'll go ahead and give the cards as best a mix as I can. Right? Face down, face up. Making the cards scattered, alright? Got cards front to back, got cards going back to front, however you want to say, however they are going. Okay? At this point, I'm going to need you to select a card. Right there. So you want your card, right? Go ahead and call it stop one more time. We're going to lose your card up. Right there. Okay. We'll lose your card up. Now I'm going to turn the deck over, and I'm going to take the 2 aces and put one really close to the top and one really close to the bottom. Alright? Watch. Take them and square them in with a snap. Now, in the middle, is one card trapped in between the 2 face-up aces. That card being your selection. Okay? There are ways you can add themes to this. It's a really nice trick. I really like it. So let's get into it. Now, the only way that this trick will not work is if you get really unlucky. Okay? And that will almost never happen, and there are ways you can improvise with it. Alright? So, the idea of this impromptu version is the cards can be completely mixed up. Okay? Once you spread through the packet and you find where you feel is about middle. So say I say it's about right there. I'll get a break there and flip over the cards as I bring my hand apart, okay? What I just did there is set half the deck face up and the other half face up. This making it impromptu. Now, the reason that this sometimes may not work, but I can almost guarantee you that it will, otherwise you're just really unlucky, is you're going to basically make sure that you don't go down to that point, searching through the cards. Just spread out the bottom portion and just go down slowly and look for matches, alright? So the first match that you come to, look, I found the first match that I came to in the video, in the performance, were the 2 black aces, and the first match that I came to here are the 2 red 2s, okay? At this point, you'll spread them out and show them the 2 red 2s, and get a break under these 2 cards, okay? So you'll get a break under those 2, and then put the 2 red 2s, down, okay? So now you have a break over 4 cards. And the reason that this is better is because not only does the spectator get to mix them, but you don't have to have a setup of 3 cards. It requires no setup, alright? Impromptu. So you take all 4 cards, you pick up at the break, take the 4 cards and move them to the bottom. Then turn the deck over and set the 2 cards off to the top, off to the side. Explain to them that it is your match, but it's not actually, it's just 2 random cards. At this point, you're going to find that natural break, alright? Find that natural break, and you can do a Pharaoh Shuffle, or you can do a really tight, okay, or you can do a really tight one of those bridge shuffles, riffle shuffles, whatever you want to call them, because if you don't do it tight enough, the cards will show, And so what I generally like to do is I kind of like to do a sloppy pharaoh shuffle. Alright? So yeah, I usually just take the cards, divide them in half, flip this packet over. And the idea is that this packet will be smaller than this packet most likely. And if it's not, just kill some cards off the bottom. Okay? Like that. So about half the packet if this packet's bigger. But if it's not, if it's smaller, then just go ahead and do a normal try and attempt a pharaoh shuffle. This does not have to be perfect, because you want to maintain the top 2 cards, okay? Because those will be the 2 twos, right? So what you just did there is you hid the fact that these are all face up also, alright? Now you can show them, you can say, look, I've got cards face down to face up, and face up to face down, whatever you want to do. You don't really have to flash it like that. You could say, look, I've got cards face down, face up, facing all different ways, okay? Mix them together without flashing, okay? And what you just did there is you maintain the 2 twos, and now all the other cards are the same. At this point, what I usually like to do is I like to riffle down, and as I'm going to riffle down, I usually like to get my thumb break right here, okay? So you're just going to pick up and get a thumb break right there. So this way you can pick up the cards and you have a thumb break like so. Move these cards to the top, square up, keep a pinky break. At this point, tell them to call it stop again. Wherever they call it stop, you're just going to pick up at your break and peel off. Okay? Slam it back in, do a small dribble. Because if you do a big one, it'll be like, oh, there's only like 2 face down cards now. Okay. So, once you've done this, turn the packet over. Pull these 2 cards off. Put one very close to the top, like 4 cards down, and one about 4 cards from the bottom. Now what you can do here is you can spread there, and then you have to do, what I did here is a kind of like a block push going down to the bottom, okay? It's like a mini block push, okay? I might have flashed a little bit, I'm sorry if I did, when I was doing the performance itself, but you basically, you can slide down a little bit, and then just do a push off and go down farther, okay? Then square them up, do your magic move, and however you want to, reveal that the cards have now trapped and found your selection. Okay? So that's the Triumph Sandwich impromptu version. The only way it won't work is if you get really unlucky. So there will almost always, when you do the flip over, there will almost always be a match somewhere in the packets. Okay? So like, if I go down here, and really, see, like I came to 2 kings right here, right there, there, I have a match. It's really not that hard to do, guys. It's a really nice trick. Fools a lot of people, so yeah, that's a tutorial. Thanks, guys.